morning, everybody. It's Dee Stitcher here. I'm going to be doing my year-end tag today from Teresa Little Stitcher. I have some time today, so I thought I would take the opportunity. I'm going to a Heed Stitching retreat in 2 weeks, and so I have lots of stuff that I need to get done. But I have time today, so I wanted to do this before I left, because it's such a cool tag. And then the middle of next week I will do my update review, so I'll have that done before I go. Just so you guys know. I'm going to start the tag now. So the first question is, I'm just going to be looking down because I have my notes and my answers here. The most useful tip from cross stitch or the floss tube community. And I'm going to say front loop start. I don't know why I was doing it in the back all this time. Yeah, I do it all the time now. If I can do a loop start, then I do a front loop start. What is best cross stitch related thing you learned this year? I would say to stitch what you enjoy. Make sure that the projects you're stitching are something you enjoy doing and that they bring you happiness. No point in stitching something that drives you batty. Although each project probably has a little bit of that in it. Number 3. Based on 2015, what will you not do in 2016, if anything? And I'm going to say not following what the crowd is doing, such as buying things crazily or starting projects because everybody else is. I'm going to stay on track, or try to stay on track with what I want to do and not have such a fear of missing out, shall we say. I think last year I was guilty of that, and now I have a huge humongo pile of whips that I really want to get done. So that's why I'm doing the Whip Those Whips, because those are projects that I really want to get done, and I don't need to be distracted by buying this and buying that and starting this and starting that. You know, to each their own, but for me personally, I just want to do what I want to do that makes me happy, because it's my hobby. Your favorite videos, updates, tags, da-da-da-da-da. I'll say my first favorite is updates. I love you guys' updates. Secondly, I like tags, obviously. Thirdly, I like to watch people stitch, but I only like to watch people stitch if they are doing tags. Like when Letitia did her video, I love that. It felt like we were stitching together, and I was stitching and she was stitching and she was doing her tags, and we were getting to know each other, and that was great. But to just sit and watch somebody stitch in silence, it's a bit awkward. Tutorials I watch. I love the tutorials, but I only watch them when needed. And haul and stash, I only enjoy it once in a while. I don't like fabric and thread stash because you never get the true color of what is represented, and so it's kind of pointless. Like, here's my fabric, oh, but you can't see it, and here's my thread, oh, but that's not the right color. And that's just the way filming is. It's not anybody's fault, and I love my floss. You know I love my floss, but I want to be able to see the true color of it and the true representation of it. And with patterns, I enjoy seeing patterns, but I only like seeing people's patterns of their stash or their haul if it's something that I'm interested in stitching. I don't like watching people's hauls if I'm not interested in that kind of a designer. If you get what I mean? Like, I like seeing it stitched. I will watch you stitch it, but I don't like to see, this is this pattern, and this is this pattern, and this is this pattern. It's like, I'm not interested in that designer. Anyway, it's just me being selfish. But I do like the videos where people show their craft room, and they're like, this is my craft room, and this is where I store my floss, and this is where I keep my patterns, and this is where I stitch, and this is my sewing machine. I like those kind of videos because I like to see how people have their house organized for their stitching or their hobbies. So I like those videos. Or organizational videos, like this is how I organize my floss, and this is how I organize my fabrics, because it gives everybody such great ideas that you just didn't even realize. Anyway, number 5, the most used tool, and I will say my Stitch Masters frame. Now I will say my Quantum is pretty close, but I don't use it all the time. When it's like for that frame, for example, I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, you probably can't. This project lives in here, and it will live in here until it's done. I don't switch out projects. But my stand is just it's the Stitch Masters floor stand, and you can put the Quantum frame on it, or you can put Q snaps on it. So I like it because that's what I use every day. And what did I do before needle minders? I just pricked it in the fabric. And I still do, actually. When I stitch in hand, I don't use a needle minder because needle minders are a bit too heavy when you're stitching in hand and just holding the fabric, so I just prick it in my fabric. Do I prefer big or small projects? I am a big project stitcher, and I'm a full coverage stitcher. But that's not all I do. I do a lot of specialty stitch pieces, which are quite big, such as that one I just showed you, which is the Learning Sampler. It's a huge piece. So I'm a big project stitcher. I do little projects once in a while, but it's typically big. Do you stitch cards? No, I don't stitch cards. And I haven't stitched an ornament, but I would like to. Next year I'd like to stitch myself an ornament. I don't even buy cards at the store. I find people just read them and throw them out. I buy my husband a card for like our anniversary. Biggest accomplishment in 2015. I will say I have 2 big accomplishments that I'm pretty proud of, and that is Save the Stitches. I accomplished that in throughout the entire year. I did 2 blocks a month, which was a good pace. And my SAL sampler, I managed to do every single SAL that was in Cross Stitch It's Fun and do it on my piece. And I did them all and on time. That's pretty good. The most disappointing thing in 2015, and I'm going to say, and I hate to bring it up, but I'm so proud of the way that everybody handled it, who experienced it, and that they didn't let the people get to them, and that they moved on bigger and stronger. And I'm going to say the bullying that happened on FlossTube, you know, by trolls, not by other floss tubers, but by the trolls that are out there in YouTube land. There were people who were bullied, and but I am so proud that each and every one of them came back, and they're like, you're not beating me in this, and I am doing what I want to do, because there are people out there that love me and want to see what I do, and we do. Don't let them get to you. The funniest moment, and I'm going to say my funniest moment is the Hangouts that I joined, more so at the beginning of the year. With the 2 kids in school now, it's really difficult to join in the Hangouts, and I really miss it, and I really miss visiting with everybody, but they're so much fun. Oh my goodness, I never laughed so much in my life, I don't think. Oh, in the worst moments, I didn't have any, because you guys all make it so great. You guys make it worth it. So, Desert Island, 5 stitchy things you would take with you. Needle, fabric, floss, pattern, scissors. That's all I need. I don't need my stands, I don't need my frames, I don't need a needle minder. I just need the basics, and away I go. 4 floss tubers you take with you to the desert island. You crazy? 4? Only 4? Okay, first off, I would take, and this is more than 4, the Mad Chatters group. And Teresa, you are a part of that Mad Chatters group, so you know what I'm talking about. The Mad Chatters group is the group of ladies that I talk to on a daily basis. And they are all going to the Mad Heed UK retreat in 2 weeks. Orietta Stitches, Carrie, Kitty Crew, Marika, The Real Life of Me, Rachel X Stitch, Anna, Little Annie, Lucy, Bonnie, Emily Chadwick, because I know there's another Emily, Emma, Destructive Ernie, she's a new floss tuber. If you haven't watched her, go check her out. Teresa Little Stitcher, obviously. Sabia, who is Wishing Well Stitches, and then I have a couple of friends who are not floss tubers, but they are going anyway because they are an essential part of the group that I talk to every day. Mary, Karen, Lisa, and Mads. Mads is Emily's wife, and Lisa is the owner of No More Lost Needles. If you have not checked her out, go check her out. She has a Facebook group. If you are in the UK, get on it. Or anywhere else in the world. Now, I'm going to see them in 2 weeks, so I'm going to be stuck on an island with them, and I'm going to be stuck in a hotel with them. Do I mind? I am so excited. I am so excited that I just don't know what to do with myself. So I'm going to be on an island with them. So if I just erase them from the equation, because I'm going to be going on an island with them, and I'm going to be stuck in a hotel with them, if I took 4 other different people, not in this Mad Chatters group, I would take Gwen, Miss Fiberlicious herself, I would take Brittany, Blimey Cat Stitches, I would take Michelle the Mary, and you know who else I really enjoy watching and I think would be hilarious and so fun to meet? Lindy Stitches. Yes, Lindy Stitches, you're coming with me. And if I could take you all, I would. But those are the people I would love to meet. Gwen, and I would love to meet Brittany, and I would love to meet Michelle. I don't talk to Lindy Stitches. I don't even know if she watches me, but I really enjoy watching her videos, and she cracks me up. Is it snowing? No, it's not snowing. It's just cloudy. But that is my take. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back in about a week's time for my update. It will be a couple of days earlier than I typically do my updates. But I'm not going to have time at the end of the month because I will be busy. So you guys all take care and happy stitching, and I love you all. Mwah.